that's something that federal managers should really not do?
First of all, don't look, sound, or be defensive. Do not fight against oversight. It's part of the process. If you, and it hurts often, if you give in to the understandable desire to defend and push back, you simply embolden the oversight entity to prove that they're right and that you're not. So, first not to do is don't spend a whole lot of time trying to defend or being defensive. I phrase it as being, the better oversight strategy is play ball, play smart, and play nice, which is offensively play ball, meaning go and talk to them, talk about what you're doing, incorporate what you can, and make it your win. And there's more about it, there's more detail about how to do some of those things. But item number one is don't fight with oversight, you can't win. It's like fighting with the media, you will not win. The second thing that managers should really not do is allow others around them to define their personal or organizational goals. Okay? Part of the way I structure the book is that goals and who decides what your goals are can be a very important determinant of whether you and your program are considered successful, you and your organization. So, because the Founding Fathers created a very diffuse power environment, that allows you to be a player in deciding what your goals are. Even if it's different from what other people say, don't give in to the tendency to be pressured into goals that you can't agree to. That's the first thing. And I recognize it's often easier to say than to do. Even in our personal life, we have to negotiate goals. But the person who states what their output and outcome goals are owns the first stage in deciding whether something is successful or not. Third would be, before you take a position, understand where the powerful politicians are on it, especially in an environment like we've come to be used to in Washington, where there's always a partisan spin to something. Avoid the desire to take a position before you go and talk to the stakeholders, the interest groups, the politicians. You don't have to do everything everybody wants, but know where all the bodies are buried before you can do that. And avoid the tendency to be out there first, bold, and then to discover that the chairman of your appropriations committee already said he wouldn't fund what you just said was the goal. Next, I guess I would say never ever delegate people motivation. In an environment where the formal people process is almost impenetrable, the most important way to get people to work together is by motivating them, and you have to do that personally. And there's a reason I call them people and not personnel. They're people, they're real people. And so you have to avoid the temptation to manage in the formal process and always manage directly face to face. The last thing I would say is just as important in your personal life as it is in the government, which is the first three things you should do before communicating as the beginning of communicating is listen, listen, and then listen some more. It's amazing to me how many leaders think that communication means outward telling people as opposed to listening and understanding what they need. So I think trying not to take too bold steps before listening a lot is something else I would say people should be careful not to do.